Hurricane Erin buffets northern Caribbean islands, but storm not forecast to hit land. Hurricane Erin exploded in strength and became a major storm in Atlantic waters just north of the Caribbean on Saturday, rapidly powering up from a tropical storm in a single day and bringing heavy rains and high winds to islands in the region. The first Atlantic hurricane of 2025, Erin reached Category 5 status before weakening somewhat, according to the National Hurricane Center in Miami. The Hurricane Center, as of 5 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday, said it's a Category 3 storm with maximum sustained winds of late Saturday night. The center reported that Erin was undergoing structural changes, but was still formidable as its rain and winds buffeted Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. The storm's center was about 145 miles north-northeast of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it was heading toward the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour. It was not forecast to make a direct hit on land, 125 miles per hour. Hurricane Center Director Mike Brennan said Erin grew into a very powerful hurricane, with its winds gaining 60 miles per hour in about 9 hours. Forecasters predicted it will remain a major hurricane into the coming week. Erin close enough to land to trigger flooding, landslides. The storm's center was forecast to pass north of Puerto Rico, according to the National Hurricane Center. Nevertheless, it said, heavy rain in some areas could trigger flash flooding, landslides, and mudslides. Tropical storm watches were issued for St. Martin, St. Barts, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. The National Weather Service in San Juan issued an alert for Saturday night for nearly two-thirds of Puerto Rico, warning of 50 miles per hour winds and urging people to shelter in safe structures. Power was knocked out to about 130,000 customers in the territory. Locals and tourists walked and shopped as usual earlier in the day in Puerto Rico's capital. Restaurants were busy, and despite warnings to avoid beaches, people could be seen in the water. Sarai Torres and Joanna Cornejo, who were visiting from California for a Bad Bunny concert, said they decided to go to the beach and wade in because the skies were calm. The weather looked fine, so we came out, Torres said. The U.S. government deployed more than 200 employees from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and other agencies as a precaution. Puerto Rico Housing Secretary Siri Perez Pena said 367 shelters were inspected and ready to open if needed. Officials in the Bahamas also prepared shelters and urged people to monitor the storm's progress. Powerful rip currents could affect the U.S. East Coast from Florida to the mid-Atlantic next week, despite the eye of the storm forecast to remain far offshore, Brennan said. An incredible race from tropical storm to Category 5. Hurricane specialist and storm surge expert Michael Lowry said Erin gained strength at a pace that was incredible for any time of year, let alone August 16th. Lowry said only 4 other Category 5 hurricanes have been recorded in the Atlantic on or before August 16th. The most powerful storms tend to form later in the year, with the hurricane season typically peaking in mid-September. In October 2005, Hurricane Wilma rocketed from a tropical storm to a Category 5 in less than 24 hours, according to National Hurricane Center advisories from that time. Wilma weakened to a Category 3 hurricane before striking Florida. And in October 2007, Hurricane Felix took just over a day to go from a tropical storm to Category 5. Including Erin, there have been 43 hurricanes that have reached Category 5 status on record in the Atlantic, said Dan Pidanowski, senior meteorologist at AccuWeather, a private forecasting company. They're certainly rare, although this would mark the 4th year in a row that we've had one in the Atlantic basin, Pidanowski said. Warming climate linked to storms strengthening faster. Scientists have linked the rapid intensification of hurricanes in the Atlantic to climate change. Global warming is causing the atmosphere to hold more water vapor and is spiking ocean temperatures, and warmer waters give hurricanes fuel to unleash more rain and strengthen more quickly. Storms that ramp up so quickly complicate forecasting and make it harder for government agencies to plan for emergencies. Hurricane Erin, a Pacific storm that made landfall June 19th in Oaxaca, Mexico, also strengthened rapidly, doubling in intensity in less than a day. Erin is the 5th named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from June 1st through November 30th and is expected to be unusually busy. 6 to 10 hurricanes are predicted for the season, including 3 to 5 reaching major status with winds of more than 110 miles per hour.